Solving homelessness, it sounds impossible, but some housing experts say Maine could be the first state to do it. The I-Team is looking at the new approach now underway and how leaders will measure success. Just across from the Kentuskeg stream in Bangor sits one tent after another after another. In Portland, they're on downtown sidewalks.
You see it everywhere. You definitely see a major increase in people that are experiencing homelessness.
Jen Weatherby has spent years working to help Maine's homeless.
And I think it's gotten worse everywhere.
But she and others are hopeful a new strategy will turn that around. It's called Built for Zero.
Maine is the second state to join on a state level.
Erin Healy is with Community Solutions, a national nonprofit working with more than 100 communities to end homelessness.
It is not rocket science. We actually know how to solve homelessness. It's about putting the right level of resources in the right places.
In Maine, it started with a redesign of the system in 2020. There are now 9 homeless response service hubs, each meeting the unique needs of the region they serve. The keys are getting all service providers to work together as one team and collecting lots and lots of data.
You can't, solve a problem that you can't measure.
In the past, the homeless population was counted once a year in January, but Healy says that's not enough. Hubs need quality, real-time data.
So everyone known to be homeless is at least known to your system on some level, even if it's anonymous. So you know the true scale of the issue.
Weatherby is the hub coordinator in Region 7, which covers Penobscot and Piscataquis counties. She says they're piloting the new data system, which aims to identify each individual by name.
We've already assessed 123 people.
Some are assessed at shelters, but with an estimated 200 sleeping outside, she says it's a tall task.
The outreach workers are going out and meeting them where they're at.
The goal is what they call functional zero, where homelessness is rare and brief.
Your system reliably can house everyone who's homeless within 30 days, right? You're running at a certain RPM. Think of it that way.
Community Solutions says 14 communities have reached that milestone for at least one population. For example, Chattanooga, Tennessee ended homelessness for veterans. It took about 4.5 years.
It's a constant sort of equilibrium and sustained measure.
Functional zero has yet to be reached by an entire state. Colorado is making progress, but some think Maine could be the first. Do you think it can be solved statewide?
I absolutely think it can. In terms of relative scale to Maine, it's much smaller because of just a smaller population.
Maine's first target is functional zero for the veteran population by June of 2025. A big piece of the puzzle is housing.
It's a long-term effort, and we're committed to it.
Maine Housing Director Dan Brennan says thousands of units are in the pipeline, from affordable apartments to those that come with services for things like mental health and substance use.
Having the units and having more units is absolutely critical. But when you talk about individuals who've been experiencing chronic homelessness, they need much more than just an available apartment building, some of them.
Weatherby says it feels like there's finally a light at the end of the tunnel.
It took us a long time to get in this situation. It's going to take some time for us to get out of it, but I think this system change is how it's going to happen.
Officials say housing people permanently is not only safer, but also a lot less expensive, coming in around $30 to $40 per person per day. A report this year to a legislative committee shows having an individual in jail, emergency rooms, or psychiatric centers costs between $900 and $3,000 per person per day.